It started with a laugh. Not a warm, kind laugh, but the cruel kind. Sharp, echoing through the school hallway like a whip. "Nice jacket, Grandpa," she sneered, tossing her blonde hair over her shoulder as she walked past the old man standing quietly by the lockers. His army green coat hung from his thin frame, frayed at the cuffs, buttons mismatched. He didn't flinch. He just looked down at the dusty linoleum tiles and whispered, "It still fits." She didn't hear him, but someone else did, and within hours, her entire world would change. "My name's Ellie. I'm a junior at Harrison High. Small town, big, egos. You learn early that your clothes speak before you do. So when he showed up, in that old military jacket, you could almost hear the snickers bouncing off the lockers. The man was out of place, mid-70s, maybe older. Quiet, unreadable face. He just stood there every morning around 7:40, leaning against the wall across from the main entrance, watching, waiting. We thought he was a janitor at first, or maybe someone's grandpa, lost on the wrong day. But nobody knew his name, no one talked to him. Except for Mr. Lewis, our principal. Every morning they'd nod at each other. Just once. That was it, like some kind of secret ritual. It wasn't until Shelby, queen of hallway popularity, called him out that things escalated. "Seriously, why is this hobo still creeping around our school? Is he, like, homeless?" She laughed. Loud. People joined in, half-heartedly, unsure. But she was popular. That made it okay. He didn't say a word. Just stared at her with eyes so still, they felt ancient. And then Shelby said the thing I wish she hadn't. Maybe he's some washed-up vet who thinks he still matters. The hallway went silent. You could hear a pin drop, and for a second, a heartbeat. His lip trembled, just barely. Then he turned and walked away. But he wasn't gone. Not by a long shot, because the next morning, he came back. And this time, he wasn't alone. At 7:35 a.m., a black SUV pulled up. Out stepped Principal Lewis. And a woman in uniform. Military. Rank unknown, but the air around her was tight. Controlled. Serious. The bell hadn't even rung yet when the intercom buzzed. "To life. Attention all students and staff. Please make your way to the auditorium. Immediately." That never happens. Emergency drills are always announced. This was different, and we knew it. The auditorium filled fast, confused whispers, buzzing phones, worried glances. Then, silence. Principal Lewis stepped up to the mic. "I want to tell you a story," he began, eyes steady, voice clear. "About a man who walks among us every day." The old man stepped forward, and for the first time, we really looked at him. Principal Lewis's voice didn't waver. "His name is Captain Thomas Hale. U.S. Army, retired. Bronze Star recipient. Two-time Purple Heart honoree. Rescued 14 soldiers under direct fire in Kandahar. And the man who saved my life in 2003. When I was nothing but a scared kid with a rifle and no idea what I was doing." The room froze. Shelby turned pale. Her lip trembled now. "He wears that jacket," Principal Lewis continued, "not because he forgot the war, but because he carries every name of the ones who didn't make it. This jacket is his memory, his burden, and his honor. And yet, yesterday someone laughed at it." Silence. Even the air stopped moving. He looked at us. Not with anger, not with pride, but with grief. Heavy human grief. "And I wonder," the principal said quietly, "do we still teach honor here?" Shelby stood, shaking. I didn't know." Captain Hale finally spoke. Voice soft but cutting through the room like wind through wheat. "No, you didn't." And he paused. "But you will now." He reached into his jacket, pulled out a photograph, 4 young soldiers, laughing, One of them looked exactly like Principal Lewis. He turned to Shelby. The man in the middle took a bullet for the others. Never made it home. He was 19. He let the photo drop. Shelby picked it up. Her hands trembled. I wore this jacket the day we buried him, he whispered. And every year since. The woman in uniform stepped forward, saluted him. Crisp, sharp, and reverent, she turned to us. Captain Hale has spent the last decade visiting schools, teaching respect not with lectures, but with presence. You ignored him, laughed at him, but he still showed up, because that's what heroes do. The next day, every student wore something green. Not because the school told us to, but because we knew. Shelby came to school in silence. No makeup, no posse. And on her desk, she laid a folded letter to Captain Hale. We don't know what, it said, but he kept it. The hallway is quiet now at 7:40, but we still see him every morning, same wall, same jacket. Only now, we nod first. Some people wear their past in medals. Others carry it in silence. But if you look closely, sometimes the quietest among us have the loudest stories. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe for more true stories that remind us of the good in humanity, even when it hides in unexpected places. Have you ever met a quiet hero? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that bell. Hey, because the next story might just change how you see the world.